Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a Wednesday morning / afternoon edition episode of The Real Forno Show. I'm your host, Tyler Forness. With me, as always, will be in the top right corner, producer Dave. The Minnesota Vikings have done quite a bit since yesterday, the last time we ended up speaking, and let's kind of discuss it. And let's start with Garrett Bradbury. 3 years, $15.75 million. And quite frankly, it's a really nice signing. It's whatchamacallit. My brain is absolutely farting. It's keeping continuity. And for the first time, Dave, since probably the Brad Childress era, we genuinely don't have a single major question mark on the offensive line going into a season.
We don't have an unknown starter. You could phrase it that way. We have question marks of, are they going to continue to improve, which we all hope. They show signs of it at both the guard positions and obviously with Garrett Bradbury in the center. And we have two of the best tackles in the league. So I expect improvement across the board, and with continuity, working together, that comes almost naturally. That, and now being a full year under the new offensive line coach, that grows as we go into the offseason. I like the fact that right now our floor for what we're at is going to do nothing but go up.
Yeah, 100%. And here's kind of how the contract breaks out. It's a $1.8 million base for this year, $3.82 million total in signing bonus. So that's not a lot. We're looking at about a $2.6 million cap hit this season, and base salaries of $4.9 million in 24 and 25. Now, here's what's nice. The Vikings can get out of this, Dave, for about $2.6 million in dead cap if Bradbury just absolutely craps the bed this year. And it's a very low risk signing for them because the 24 base salary guarantees on the third day of the 24 league year. It's a relatively standard procedure, but I think this is going to be really nice. I think it's really good that they brought Bradbury back because there wasn't exactly a lot of flush options on the market. And you might as well bring back the devil you know versus the devil you don't, considering they're all in the same tier. I really like this. I don't necessarily think it moves a needle per se, but you're trying to keep continuity and keep growing this football team, and I think that's objectively great.
And we were top 10 offense last year with that line, and it started out a little slow in the middle, but they got better and better as time went on. So I think it's good. We weren't most likely not going for John Michael Schmitz as much as we all love him. It's a good deal. And I'm viewing 2023 season as a prove-it year for a lot of players. Ones that we just got and ones that are on the team. And this will be one of them.
Yeah, 100%. And along with Bradbury, Dave, special teams got fortified in a major way. Andrew DePaula set a record, the most guaranteed money ever given to a long snapper. It's only 3 years, $4 million. But look, he was an all-pro at the position last year, and you can't understate how important continuity on special teams is. And bringing back your long snapper is such a huge part of that. I love the move. I also think that it's great that you have Greg Joseph coming back as well. His deal was a little bit heavier than I thought it would be. $2.5 million, 1.75 of it is fully guaranteed. Joseph has been a solid kicker. Now, he's missed a few too many extra points, and you absolutely hate that. But you can live with it considering if the only way you're going to get better is if you pay like $4 or $5 million at the position. And it's not exactly like there's a lot of guys out there who are significantly better. And we know what it's like to pay a big-time kicker and then have him completely crap the bed after he gets that contract, a la Blair Walsh. So it's good that they're being a little more careful and calculated, utilizing these short-term deals because things with kickers can happen really, really quickly.
Yep, and it's continuity. We said last year, the best way to grow those three special guys, including the punter, is to keep them together, keep them working. So this year, hopefully, we see the benefits of doing just that.
Absolutely. And now is something that's really interesting, Dave. Byron Murohy Jr. I loved this signing. This is somebody I had been talking about for a few months as a potential target for the Minnesota Vikings. I think he really fits what Brian Flores wants to do. He's incredibly feisty in man coverage. He's got a track record of success against really talented receivers, and he comes at a relatively inexpensive price. Now, inexpensive is a relative term. But you have $7 million in signing bonus, 1.1 million in base salary this year. So his cap hit after all the per game roster bonus and stuff, it's probably going to be about $5.1 million. But you only have a 4.65 base to start with because he has to earn those active day roster bonuses. I think this is a really good fit. The versatility to play inside and outside, I think, is great for the Vikings and for what Flores likes to do because he can do a lot of different things and he likes to do a lot of different things. You combine everything there, Dave. I really like kind of where this is sitting. And now you have 3 cornerbacks who you feel relatively comfortable putting on the field. And now they have to continue building out the rest of that room.
Yes, they do. Now, what position do you see him slotting into to start?
I think when they're in nickel, he'll probably be in the slot unless they sign a slot-only corner, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. In theory, you have Andrew Booth Jr. and a Caleb Evans who are ready to start into those bigger roles, and you can have them on the outside. Like, you just don't want to have a weak link. As long as you don't have a weak link at cornerback, you're okay. And I think that is what's more important than actually having a superstar at the position. Everybody wants a superstar, but I'd rather have a superstar at quarterback, wide receiver, offensive tackle than having one at cornerback where it's mainly a weak link system.
Yep. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. He's a tackling monster. He hits hard, reminiscent of Antoine Winfield. I hope he adopts and settles in. I'd like to see him in nickel and the other 2 guys on the outside. But I would love to see him get better in coverage, and his coverage grades aren't that terrible. Actually, they're pretty good. He's played limited nickel, and I don't trust how the Cardinals utilized him, and I look forward to seeing how Flores does.
Yeah, me too. I'm very intrigued, and the more we keep doing in free agency, the more and more I'm intrigued because of what this staff is going to end up doing with some of these players, especially Brian Flores. Let's kind of hit on a few things and give our predictions, Dave, because we have 3 players that the Vikings could easily move on from by the end of the day. Za'Darius Smith, Dalvin Cook, and Harrison Smith. I think Za'Darius will be gone and Harrison Smith will be gone and Cook will stay. That's kind of where I'm leaning. Honestly, it could go either way for all 3 of these guys because you could make an argument to keep Za'Darius with Davenport and Hunter and let it ride. But I think the only one that's going to end up staying is Dalvin Cook, especially because of that $2 million injury guarantee that he got from the shoulder.
He's already gotten so far. I don't know. Yeah, you could make an argument with all 3. Keeping all 3. We'll find out. It's going to be interesting. Very, very interesting today.
It's going to be very interesting. And make sure you keep it here at Vikings First and SKOL. We will try to bring you live updates. As you can tell, I am not in my normal studio. I am in Arizona utilizing my phone, but that was not going to keep me from having a conversation here with Dave today. Make sure you keep it here. Make sure you keep it locked into Vikings Wire, where you're going to have all the written reaction to everything going on. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because that's going to help us continue to grow this channel. We're only on day 3, Dave, and on day 3, we're already creeping up towards 200 subscribers, and it means the world to us that you guys are trusting us to give your Vikings content and analysis, and we're going to continue to bring it. And we're going to bring it hard, and we're going to keep being honest with you because that's the only policy here at Vikings First and SKOL.
That's right. And until then, what do we say?
SKOL Vikings, Dave.
SKOL Vikings. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notifications. It helps us grow this community that we all love, our Minnesota Vikings. And on behalf of Tyler Forness and myself, Dave Stefano, thank you so dearly for watching The Real Forno Show. Skol, everyone!